Now today we're going to be talking about how Isagi and Barou are low-key turning into each other. Barou and Isagi, two individuals who were once quite distinct, have undergone a fascinating transformation as they begin to influence each other. Let's dive into their journey of becoming more like one another. Now into the Neo Eagles League, we've seen a lot of dialogue from both of them and the way they are playing. I feel like as the series goes on, both of these two are switching playstyles from each other. They both have been at odds since the start of bluelock, and Isagi at first was trying to catch up to Barou. Then as time went on, we have Isagi dethroning Barou as king, and now Barou had a revenge arc to become the villain. These two are hero and villain, and now have taken each other's skills to use in their own game. I think it is not hard to think that these two have been watching the other succeed in their own way, and they are now starting to acknowledge each other in their own right. Barou was the first prominent opponent for Isagi when entering bluelock, and this rivalry has been intensified even more as we continue onto the series. Now at first, Barou used to play like a high-speed, powerful striker who would just score at will. Barou, originally known for his strength and physical prowess, possessed an assertive and dominant personality. He was a formidable force in the soccer field, relying on his natural abilities and power to excel. He never passed the ball or even considered anyone else in the field besides him. Now after being on Ubers, he has learned to be patient in his decision making and will even pass the ball to eventually meet his own goals. Being on Ubers has allowed Barou to be filled with players who can use strategies that will eventually lead him to scoring. He is the Uber system, and they all work on making him the king of the field. With his new stealth kill shot and predator vision, he is currently the best striker in bluelock. His skills will no doubt increase to a higher level, and we could see even more weapons being created by him, as he is guided by Snuffy, who is a master strategist and one of the best strikers in the world. He will no doubt surpass Snuffy and take over as the crown messenger who can score goals and win anywhere as he goes. His playstyle is a very aggressive offensive style, and it only makes sense as he came in bluelock looking to become the world's best striker. On the other hand, Isagi was characterized by his unwavering determination, perseverance, and ability to read the game. Despite lacking Barou's raw athleticism, Isagi compensated with his exceptional strategic thinking and acute awareness. Now Isagi plays with a more rational style of play, surveying the field and at first looking for the smell of a goal to find the best spots to score. Now recently he has been able to predict the future, manipulating opponents all over and finding the best desirable spots for him to score. He now has his new lefty shot weapon, which allows him to not get hit from his right side and still be able to score. He has been quite the talk of the town now as he continues to improve rapidly in front of everyone, and as each situation gets harder, he just always finds a way to analyze and figure out a solution. Isagi is the genius of adaptability, and the series has shown us many times why he is the way he is. I have no doubt that Isagi will learn more skills and eventually surpass Noel Noah, who is currently the best striker in the world. The ego that has been cultivated into Isagi currently is not his full ego, as we know his original ego was sealed as a kid. But he still has changed drastically since entering bluelock, and he will not go back to the person he was before, as he steadily gets back to his original ego that was sealed. Their paths converge when they both join the same team, forging a bond through their shared passion for soccer. But as Barou and Isagi spent more time together, their differences began to blur and they started to adopt qualities from each other. Now I would say Barou is becoming like Isagi because of his more rational style of play now. He now has predator eyes, which is a vision technique like Isagi, and he now waits for the best time to strike and score, which is something he did not do before. He once asked Isagi about the way he sees the field, and I think he took into account the way Isagi plays and added that to his own game. You can tell that Barou has kept his eye on Isagi and notices his rapid improvements since the under 20 match. He was once embarrassed by Isagi for taking his role as king, and he has been working to get it back ever since. He does not want to lose to Isagi, and he is now willing to adapt to make that happen. Barou's adaptability is now reminding me of Isagi now that he can adapt on the field, and Uber's use of strategies really help that as they use their data to come up with their plays and have different formations for almost everything. Barou also has a new duo partner in Lorenzo who really helps him elevate on the field just like Nagi did for Isagi. I think Barou has become more like Isagi more than he knows. He will continue to show off his new skills, and I think it is no question that his use of vision now comes from the help of Isagi. Barou, influenced by Isagi, discovered the value of strategy and foresight in the game. He learned to analyze situations, anticipate opponents' moves, and adapt his playing style accordingly. Isagi's influence taught Barou the importance of patience and composure, enabling him to make better decisions on the field. By incorporating these aspects into his game, Barou became a more well-rounded player, utilizing both his physical prowess and his newfound strategic mindset. I would say Isagi is becoming more like Barou because of the way he's changing his playstyle as well. When Isagi first met Barou, he passed the ball to KiiNGKhyy to score a goal, and this caused Barou to downplay him, as he was not meant to be a striker due to him passing. Isagi did not forget that and even went over to Barou to ask for help on how to score a goal on his own. This ended up creating his new direct shot that he used against Team Y. Isagi now is taking more shots as a striker and will not give up his ego to anyone. He's taking more risks and going for the goal now because he too wants to be the world's best striker. He even is working his way up to become the king of Moochen, just like Barou would have done as well. He's not giving up his ego and bowing down to someone like KiiNGKhyy. Isagi still needs a lot more shooting power and lacks the size like Barou, but he has been working on his golden zone to be able to score from one spot just like Barou's 28-meter shot. In due time, Isagi will become a scoring machine just like Barou and not always rely on thinking, but just pure instinct. He will use everyone like pawns around him and make them submit to him as king, though it won't be so forced like Barou in the past. Isagi absorbed Barou's determination and confidence. He recognized the importance of self-belief and the ability to assert oneself when necessary. Isagi began to insert his presence on the field more confidently, taking risks and displaying a newfound physicality. This transformation allowed Isagi to not only read the game, but also actively shape it, creating opportunities for himself and his teammates. Their conversions didn't stop at their playing styles. Barou and Isagi also started adopting certain personality traits from each other. Barou learned to value teamwork and the significance of supporting his teammates, mirroring Isagi's selflessness. On the other hand, Isagi gained a more assertive and authoritative demeanor, mirroring Barou's natural leadership qualities. Now I want to talk about how Isagi turned Barou into the #1 striker. You can tell the under-20 match left a huge imprint on everyone as Isagi took the spotlight of the game and no one really cared about anyone else who scored in that match like Barou or Nagi or Rin. This imprint left Barou with a vengeance to take over that spotlight once again that had been stolen from him. Isagi is Barou's biggest motivator as he was the first person to make him experience what it's like to be a side character. Those feelings of despair and anger allowed Barou to reinvent himself and change his old way of thinking. He now can evolve even further due to taking Stuffy's advice and listening to him on how to get better. He relied too much on his talent and did not take his life seriously after football. That lack of resolve is what caused him to suffer when he loses because of that hole in his personality. Snuffy has allowed Barou's innate talent to finally bloom now as he can look for blind spots from the goalie just like how Isagi used blind spots for his opponents as well. The process of Barou and Isagi becoming more like each other was a testament to the power of influence and shared experiences. Their mutual growth allowed them to enhance their individual strengths while mitigating their weaknesses, creating a formidable partnership on and off the field. In the end, the transformation brought forth a dynamic duo that embodied a perfect balance of physicality, strategy, determination, and teamwork. Barou and Isagi's journey serves as a reminder of the immense potential for personal growth and development through the influence of others. Now, Isagi is taking into account the information of how Barou is with his new Predator Eye. He understands just how goal-oriented Predator Eye is and realizes how effective it is for someone like Barou. Now, people are speculating that Isagi will eventually learn Predator Eye, but I do not think this is the case. Right now, it seems like the only two people with Predator Eye are Barou and maybe KiiNGKhyy, but for Barou's Predator Eye to be fully capable, he needs a united team like Ubers who are disciplined and can get him to his spots to use his eyes. For Isagi to use Predator Eyes just now, I don't think it would work. Now as the series goes on, more people are getting Metavision, and now that the ability is not as rare as it once was, Isagi now needs to turn to a different weapon or a higher sight to be able to elevate higher. His Metavision will not work in this match like he thought it would. This is an intense chess-like matchup with each side seeing each other out and coming up with strategies and game plans to counter each other. It's a real match this time at a very high level. Isagi cannot just do whatever he wants this time around, and will have trouble trying to get to the goal. We will see Barou and Isagi both grow immensely in this match, and they will start getting even more skills from each other as they continue watching over each other. Let me know, do you guys think they are starting to become like each other, or is that a reach? I personally see it and want to see these two in a team again as we head to the World Cup eventually. Well, I thank you guys for watching the video. Please like, comment, subscribe, and I will be back in the next one. Peace.